Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to UBOAT! This game recently came out of early access. It's been in early access for about 2 years. It's a World War II German submarine simulator, in the vein, sort of the old Silent Hunter games back in the day, although it's quite different from them in a number of ways. I've been wanting to stream this for a while and kept putting it off because it was still in early access and they were still adding new features and things. But now, the game's actually officially out. Did have a number of patches and hotfixes this week, admittedly, but it is officially out now. So this seems like a good opportunity to show it off. And hopefully I won't embarrass myself too much, because I tell you what, I've never been that good at these old World War II sub-sims. I've played my fair share of Silent Hunter 3 and 4 back in the day, but I was never very good at them. Mostly because to get really good at these games, you need to practice a lot and also need to be half decent at maths. So I'm really not very good at maths. So we've got a choice of campaigns here, lasting all the way through to quite late in the war, I think. Yeah, 11th of December 1944, Battle of the Arctic. Yeah, we're not starting off there. I think I'm going to go right to the beginning. Go with U4 in the Type 2A submarine, the little itty-bitty, adorable little coastal sub. Starting on the 1st September 1939, right at the beginning of the war. This looks... I've not mucked around very much with this. I've used the Type 7 plenty of times in the older versions of the game, but I've never really used the Type 2A. So this could be quite fun. Fresh out of the Deutsche Werke shipyard in Kiel, U4 joins the young Kriegsmarine as one of the first Type 2A U-boats. This compact design offers maneuverability and stealth. A full-scale invasion of Poland has begun today early in the morning. Will Poland's Western allies now declare war on the German Reich? Everybody among the submarine crews is nervous about the future. The Kriegsmarine submarine forces are currently modest, to say the least. On top of that, Britain's Royal Navy is confident that their new sonar technology lessens the threat posed by enemy submarines. Despite all of this, the commander of the German U-boats, Karl Dönitz, believes that U-boats may have a key role to play in a case of a broader conflict with the Western powers. All right. We're going to be based out of Wilhelmshaven, apparently. Let's see. How realistic of a simulation do you prefer? I'm going to customize these options, but we'll go hardcore next. How involved in crew management do you wish to be? Expert. All right, here we go. Let's see. Tutorial introduction. I'm going to leave that off. Don't know if that's a good idea or not, but hey. AI difficulty. We'll put that on medium. Gameplay perspective, normal. Economic difficulty, medium. Expanded sailor management, yes. Morale management difficulty. I think we'll leave that on hard. Units, mixed, kilometers and knots, yeah. Coordinate style, classic. Food management, yes. Mission completion. Automatic only if fuel enough. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'll leave it alone. Collision damage, yes. Torpedo flaws, realistic. High detection hint, yes. I don't really want the stealth meter. That would ruin some of the tension, I think. Realistic earth curvature, yes. Darker nights, yes. Damage difficulty. If you're after okay, yeah, I remember this. If you're after realism, we recommend the average setting, but each of these settings may potentially be deemed realistic. There's limited data to support any historical claim regarding realistic damage. This is because there is an observable bias towards the surviving damage of U-boats in both photographs and also in written records. Okay. I guess I'll put it on medium. Disable torpedo solution previews. Mission markers, only well-known targets. Mission selection, 3 choices. Detection feedback, none. Disable health bars. Contacts mode, normal, I think. Mission types, mostly routine. Headquarters, I'm going to fully automate that because I don't really like that feature of the game. We'll get into it later if it becomes relevant. Size of convoys, default. Periscope stabilization. I'm not sure which is the most realistic setting for this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess disabled. Sure. Okay. The tutorial is still super buggy, so definitely don't do it. Okay, good to know. Alright, customize the skipper.
Los geht's, Männer! Lasst uns...
Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen.
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Okay, he seems a bit more chill. I like him. Body shape. Gonna be a large boy. Thin boy, muscular boy. Gonna be a bit of a chunky monkey. Clothes. Oh yes, I like this. Quality shirt, that. I have one of those like that at home. Pants. Trousers with braces or trousers... Oh, braces, absolutely. Cap. Skipper's visor cap. Oh, can I wear a funny bobble hat? I want to wear a bobble hat. Absolutely. I'm going to be a slightly eccentric looking U-boat captain, I think. That'll do. Look like a glorified fisherman. It's great, isn't it? Hairstyle. Whatever. Facial hair. What kind of captain would we be if we didn't have a beard? Hair color. Ooh. Captain Redbeard. Let's go brown. Complexion. Face type. I like how the faces have types like actual U-boats. I have a type 8 face. I guess that'll do. Captain's name. What shall we call him? Captain Haddock vibes? Oh, hold on. Can you... I wonder. Hold on a second. Clothes. There's like a blue jumper in here. Can we make him look like Captain Haddock? That'd be friggin' hilarious, that would. That's blue. It's not quite a blue jumper though, is it? Wow, some of these shirts are quite snazzy, aren't they? Oh, accessory 2. Pipe. Yeah, that is practically Captain Haddock. Blue blistering barnacles, everybody. Alright, captain's name. Let's call him Fritz von Haddock. There we go. Oh god, loud cutscene, which I'm going to skip. Haddock in German is shellfish. Ah, that's what we should have called him. Never mind. Really? They call haddocks shellfish? That's not confusing at all. That cutscene is cool. I'm sure it is, but it's also ridiculously loud. I don't need my ears bleeding, thank you. Bit of a lengthy loading time, but once we're actually in the game, there's like virtually no loading screens, so be patient. I'm also not running this on an SSD, I don't think, so that's part of the reason it's loading quite slowly. Alright. Port of Wilhelmshaven. I'm covering up the text with my stupid face at the moment, but that's what it says in the corner. Friday, September the 1st, 1939.
Viel Glück bei Ihrem nächsten Einsatz, Herr Kommandant. Kommen Sie und Ihre Mannschaft gesund zurück.
I look so scruffy compared to those guys. I love it. Oop, don't mind the loading stutter. Ugh. Alright. Okay, welcome to Das Boot. We can do some things here. There's old Fritz. He's climbing up there. We can double click on here to possess him right now and actually move around in first person view. Open the hatch and go inside. Although first I'm gonna climb down the ladder. Adorable little Type 2, I know. It's the baby submarine. Guten Tag. Here to pass on orders from the Admiralty. What can I do for you? Right. Let's get our first assignment. We have a choice of 3 grid squares. I'm not going to go for this one. This one looks dangerous. Let's go for this one. Slap bang in the middle of the North Sea. Would we get more of a reward for the others? No, we'll go with this one. Difficulty low. Apparently this one's difficulty low as well, but right there at the entrance to the channel? I don't know. Okay, cool. That's our first mission. We can go in here. We can talk to the quartermaster chap. Wow, look at this guy. Look at that hat, pipe, and eye patch combo. Right, let's see. Storage room. We've got 50 units of preserved pork, 50 units of canned bread, which I'm sure is just delightful. What other food have you got available? Sausages. We are German, aren't we? I will acquire 50 units of sausages, please. And 50 units of potatoes. Kartoffeln. There we go. We are spending a bit of a arbitrary U-boat currency to acquire this. We probably don't even need this much considering we're a pretty short-range vessel, but hey. Torpedoes! We could do with some extra torpedoes, that's for damn sure. What have we got available? Some G7E. These are electric torpedoes. These ones you actually have to pay currency for are the steam-powered torpedoes, which at the beginning of the war are more reliable than the electric ones. So I'll get a steam and an electric one to put in the torpedo tubes. Although we're actually moving one from stores into the tube, so I might have to give it a minute and then I'll have to come back and get another torpedo to make sure we've got a full complement. This boat does not carry a lot of torpedoes. It has like 5 and only 3 tubes to launch out of the front, so... not a lot to work with. We also don't have a deck gun either on this tiny thing. I think, do we even have an anti-aircraft gun now I think about it? I know some versions of this sub did have an anti-aircraft. Yeah, we do. We got a little...
Bestätige.
Little... AA gun on the front, which we'll probably never use. Right, yeah, Fritz, you can get off the gun.
Yeah.
How do I make you get off the gun? Now I'm on the gun. I don't know how to get you off it, dude. The management screen. Escape? Ah, there we go. That's how you do it. You just press the escape button. Oh, is it starting to rain? Or was I imagining things there? Thought it was starting to rain. Right, let's get inside the submarine. Get rid of that stupid flag. Climb down. Into the submarine. There's the attack periscope. That's the TDC, which I'm going to try and... I don't think I'm going to be using today because I can't for the life of me remember how the heck it works. That's a little too much realism for this filthy casual pleb right here. Harold von Tresky. What a name. He's our radio man. We've got some other random sailors about the place. Otto. Hello, Otto. Who's the Schwartz? There's the navigator's map we can open up. You can choose to play the entire game in this first-person perspective, I think, although it's not really recommended. Falk, Peters, Luther, Mars, Kos, Keller, another Peters. Zetscher, he's currently doing a bit of torpedo maintenance, looks like. Can you get that loaded away, mate, so I can get a new one on board? Open the torpedo tubes as well, like that. Have a look inside. It's only a teeny tiny baby submarine, this. Although we've got the obligatory dried meat hanging from the ceiling. Oh, and some bananas at the other end. Engine room. Those are the diesel engines. These ones, this is the electric engines for when we're underwater. That's the head, if I recall. Which doesn't seem to want to open. Is it occupied? I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, there we go. It's finally open. Don't know what's wrong with the door. Because was I standing too close? Is that the issue? What's going on? Someone has spring-loaded the door. Shut. It won't open properly. Chief! The head's broken. Fix it. And then we've got the officers' quarters here with these like little bunks just rammed into the back here next to this depth meter thing. Very cozy in here, my god. The diesel fumes give the bananas extra flavour. Right, where's the sonar operator? Isn't he around here somewhere? What are you guys eating? Looks delicious. Galley storage. Ah, oh well, storage room. Let's put the sausages in there as well. There we go. Get a bit more food variety, increases crew morale, you see. Yeah, there's the main storage. We got the galley, deck storage, flak, all the ammo for the flak gun, ventilation system. We don't have anything for that at the moment, and we can throw stuff overboard. I think in the storage bit in the front here, if I jog on through this bit, we've also got a combat helmet, some breathing apparatus, and coffee. There's the pump. All compartments are dry at the moment, so I don't need to muck about with that. And, isn't there an air compressor in here somewhere as well? That's this thing, isn't it? Yeah, there we are. The air compressor. I love the interior of the U-boat in this. Ooh, evacuation hatch. In this game. The Type 7 looks marvellous as well. Love the attention to detail. It's like walking around your own personal little museum. Oh, there's the hydrophone station, just tucked in there. Gotcha. Okay, well. This is kind of what I wish you could do in Cold War, is like go inside the submarine and walk around and stuff. It's much more immersive, you know. Alright. Let me come out of this view into the sort of cutaway view where you do most of the ship's management stuff. On this screen, like so. Now, what's the torpedoes looking like? Yeah, he's moving that at the moment. Alright, I'm going to speed up time while we wait for him to do that. Time compression is up here. Taking his sweet damn time about it, isn't he? Come on. Get the torpedo loaded away so I can get a new one on board, for goodness sake. Hey, he's doing torpedo maintenance right now. I could just tell him to stop, admittedly. Because it's taking him ages.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, how do I make you... How do I cancel an order? Well, actually, he's loading torpedoes now, isn't he? He's not maintaining them, he's loading them. Yeah. Yeah, he's moving that in. I want to...
Nötigen Sie, Herr Offizier. Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
I want to put a new torpedo on board, please. Yes, like that. There we go. Sorted now. Let's just make sure that's... Yeah, okay, we got our full complement of 5 torpedoes. A whole 5, everybody. Goodness me. Right. Can we... I got the searchlight on the top there. I forgot about that. We go to the warehouse. I think we can also... You get boat upgrades as well. We can change the emblem. The only choices we get now are the city key and the the dwarves, although the dwarves amuse me, so I'm going to have that. And then listening room, we can't get the KDB upgrade because it's not unlocked yet. So this game does have a headquarters system, which is kind of like a research screen. And I don't much care for it. I have it sort of disabled or fully automated in this playthrough because what the headquarters mechanic allows you to do is basically like research U-boat technology way further ahead from when they actually got it in real life. So for maximum realism, you should actually probably do what I'm doing, which is put it on automatic and then ignore it for the entire playthrough so that you get all of the technology at the historical dates, which is how I prefer to do it. So I'm just going to move myself over a bit because I've just noticed that... Oh, desktop. I've just noticed that I'm kind of in the way a little bit where my webcam's positioned. There you go. Now I'm not sat in front of the crew. Our officers, we've got Rieger, our chief bosun, Friedrich Zetsche, who's our mechanic, Hubert Leimkuhler, our chief engineer, Harro von Dreski, who's our radio officer, and then Fritz, of course, who is the captain. He's currently on watch. Right, we are ready to cast off, I think, at this point. We're ready to hit the road, proverbially speaking. So, yeah, we've got our mission. If we go to the map screen, we're here in Wilhelmshaven. We can start plotting a course out of here. We could go right past Helgoland for a little bit of sightseeing before we head out into the North Sea, like so. So that's our course plotted. I suppose we might as well cast off. We need to go here.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Off we go. I think this should the gangplank thing should disappear and we'll get underway and there we go. Off we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you make your picture a bit smaller, you'd fit right. Yeah, I know I could, can I just shrink myself down so I look like I'm one of the crew on there. Off we go. Goodbye, Wilhelmshaven. I don't know if I'll ever see you again. Hopefully I will. Getting sunk this early in the war would be kind of an achievement almost, honestly, but I wouldn't put it past myself. Just the sort of thing I'd do, really. Just ram my boat into the seabed or something like that. And have to scuttle it. Get blown up by an aeroplane, perhaps? I don't know. But we're off! We're away! I'm just going to sit here and kind of enjoy the trip out, talk to the chat a little bit. The thing I like about these older World War II subsims, unlike Cold Waters, for example, is there's more downtime. You can just sort of kind of sit and relax and enjoy the atmosphere a little bit. There is an achievement for sinking an enemy ship by ramming. Is there really? There's a searchlight you can switch on. I'm not sure it should be that bright during the day, but... Remember the Sunderlands being nasty? Yeah, I've done some campaigns in this back in the early access days that were later in the war, like 1942. I definitely came very close to getting sunk by aircraft on a number of occasions. Meyer and Vogel. Wie geht's, boys? How are you doing? I'll take a little walk down on the deck. You know, speaking of Tintin, I have that game in my library. What was it? The Curious Expedition 2 or whatever it is? That sort of like funky kind of explorer game, which has like an art style that's directly like almost copied from the old Tintin graphic novels. Never got around to playing that. I probably should one of these days. Don't fall off. I'll try not to. I'm the king of the world. Torpedo tube 2 is maintained. Very good. Should we admire the handiwork of our artists? I'm not sure what's going on here. It's two little... They look like Teletubbies, to be honest. It's called dwarves. And yeah, I think it is... Is it raining? Or is that just a slightly glitchy shader effect? It kind of looks like it's raining. Like I can see raindrops splashing on the hull. But it doesn't really look like it's raining. Tell you what I do like is that when you plot a course out of port on the map screen, like the game automatically avoids all the obstacles for you. I remember back in my Silent Hunt 3 days, trying to get out of Kiel. In that game was an absolute nightmare, especially if you had to go through the Kiel Canal. You had to plot every single waypoint right through manually through the Kiel Canal, avoiding all the land. It took forever. It took absolutely forever. It was not fun. Whoa! Okay, Fritz is downstairs now. I only went on the map screen for a moment there. Get back upstairs, Fritz. What are you doing? It's just the boat splashing water everywhere. I don't know, maybe. Quite detailed port, isn't it? Lots of buildings and things all over the place. This is the radio antenna, right? This thing? Must be. There's the periscope, which is currently lowered. There's too few people in this boat for the captain to just be hanging out. Well, the thing is, the captain, I think, should actually be on watch right now, so he should be up here on the conning tower. I don't know what he was doing downstairs. Maybe his watch ended. But if his watch did end, nobody's come up here to replace him. Although that might be because I need to schedule it in the crew management. Let's have a look at crew. Tasks. Here we go. Usually have to tweak this a bit at the start of a new campaign anyway, so... Joachim Rieger, our chief bosun. He is mostly on navigator duty. However, I'm going to set watch duty to priority 9 for him, and then Fritz can have... Yeah, he can leave. We can leave navigation for him on priority 5, and hopefully this means that if Captain Haddock is not on watch, then Rieger should be. So we'll always have someone... And indeed, Rieger has immediately come up here to go on watch. So... It's more important we have somebody on watch duty than it is we have someone at the map doing navigation. Because... It'll be whoever's up here, it'll be their job to spot incoming aeroplanes or something like that, so... Getting a little bit lost, because we haven't been, you know, looking at the map quite so often, is less bad than being bombed by a Sunderland. I love the lock gates opening for us, by the way. That's a neat touch. The rings is the radio direction finder. The actual radio antenna is the long cables running across the boat. Oh, really? Oh, you learn something every day. Is that what these are, then? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of like the radio antenna on World War II aeroplanes. That one, you know, where you get the long one that runs along from the middle of the fuselage to the tail. Huh. Every day's a school day, folks. Hello, Leviathan. How you doing? Guys with binoculars like, yep, still in Germany. Is that the thing that told us to stop while we wait for the gates to open up ahead? The only thing I miss right now from Silent Hunter is the ability to just immediately zoom in with binoculars while up on the conning tower. go. And the boat automatically carries on through the gate
Es
once
liegt
it's
eine
open.
lange Reise vor uns. Ich habe ein gutes Buch mitgebracht, um die Zeit zu vertreiben.
Okay, question number 1, Riga. Where actually are you? Because that sounded... Whoa! I was going to say that sounded like he was coming from inside my head, and it's because it was! That was weird. Question number 2. What book did you get, dude? What are you reading? Not Moby Dick, I hope. He's reading The Hobbit. What's The Hobbit in German? It's probably just Die Hobbit or something. Die Hobbiten. It's going to be either just Die Hobbit or it's going to be like one of those crazy words that's like 10 syllables long. Das Hobbit. Is that it? It's just Das Hobbit. Okay, fair enough. You're reading Das Hobbit, Riga. Swimming for dummies. This is kind of fun, actually. This is taking me back to when I used to go on holiday to France on the ferry. And you'd be coming out of, like, Portsmouth. And the open sea is before you with the port behind you and whatnot. Happy times. Problem is, I got really horribly seasick every time I went on a ferry crossing, so I have not done it in a very long time. You gonna do this whole patrol in real time? No, because I don't have time to do a stream that lasts for like a month. I'm just enjoying heading out of port in real time, taking in the scenery, talking to Twitch chat a little bit. He's put his waterproofs on. It really must be raining. I feel like I can... Yeah, it doesn't look like it's raining, but... Alright. Der Hobbit, according to Google. Goddamn der die das. Never could get that right, even back in my school days. Real-time Silent Hunter. Yeah, that'd be a thing. Someone could do that, couldn't they? They could do a real-time Silent Hunter Twitch stream where you just leave the stream running while you just go off and go to bed or something like that. During the downtime. And I remember the game DEF CON back in the day. I remember you could play DEF CON in real time with multiple people. It had like a, I don't know what you call it, like an office mode or something, I think it was called, where you could play it online with people in real time without time compression. So you could play out basically the nuclear apocalypse with friends in real time over the course of an entire day. Super immersive stream where you play the whole game in first person and never turn it off or fast forward. Yeah. The true hardcore mode. DEF CON, the colourful strategy game by the guys who made Prison Architect. I don't know if they made Prison Architect. They made Darwinia and they made Uplink. I don't know if they were the guys who made Prison Architect though. Riga, can you stop like phasing through me like I'm a ghost? It's a little bit disconcerting, mate. This game, honestly, I can tell you, like this game is probably some of the most beautiful looking water I've seen in a video game. Like in terms of like actual ocean water, with the waves and whatnot and the wake from the boat. It's just, holy shit, it's really good. Looks really good. This game has to be the prettiest sub-sim to date. Yeah, I think it definitely is. I love old Silent Hunter 3 and 4. Love them to bits. but they are pig ugly compared to this game. They really are ugly as sin. Especially Silent Hunter 3. It is the same dev according to Google. Oh, interesting. I never realized that. But yeah, no, DEFCON was hilarious. And yeah, you could play it in real time if you wanted to. Are the boats one-to-one models in this game? Yeah, pretty much. Right, Riga, I'm going to leave the watch in your capable hands. I'm going to get out of the... Apparently it's raining out there. It doesn't really look like it, though. Can I close the hatch? The click spot for it has been a bit funky. I think I saw it pop up there for a second, but... Oh! There it is. Marvellous. I shall make my way to the back here. As I think it's Captain Haddock's turn to rest in the officer's bunk. Is the door for the head still broken? It is, isn't it? There we go. It's still spring-loaded. Alright. We'll let Captain Haddock get on with whatever it is he's doing. As which U-boat were we? U4 or something? As U4 heads out into the open ocean. I can't remember what the most efficient fuel setting is. Is it halbe Fahrt voraus or is it lange Fahrt voraus? We're doing 7 knots at the moment with that setting. Forward 2. We're on the diesel motors. I could specifically switch us to the electrics if I wanted to on the surface, but God knows why you'd do that. Unless the diesels were buggered for some reason. Or to conserve fuel, actually. That's probably why you might do it, I guess. 2/3 speed. Should be the most efficient. Head 2/3. Yeah, I mean, I know that's head 2/3 is the most efficient in Silent Hunter 4, which I have a lot more experience with. I don't know what the German equivalent is. Oh, we could work it out here, couldn't we? Look, diesel engines -8 liters a kilometer, 115 liters an hour. Try to put it on. There we go. We speed it up a bit. $1,500 kilometers in current usage. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so that is going to be the most efficient setting. I like. You notice how the exhaust cuts out a bit every time the boat goes under. I think there's less exhaust now. I've lowered the setting. The underwater effect's pretty neat in this as well. Look at the little fishies! Using the electrics wouldn't save fuel because you're charging the batteries from the engine. Yeah, admittedly, which is going to use more fuel, isn't it, when you're charging? But I don't know if it would work out more or less efficient than just using the diesels constantly. A lot of the time, you're going to want to be submerged during the day anyway for safety reasons, so it's sort of a moot point, but I can imagine the stink when the toilet's not working during the long stints underwater. Doesn't bear thinking about, does it really? That's the least of your problems, though. I'm reasonably sure there were a couple of U-boats that were sunk because the toilet malfunctioned. Like, an underwater toilet is a remarkably complex bit of machinery, and if it goes wrong, you're in serious trouble. As it turns out. It's never more efficient to use an engine to drive a generator to charge a battery to power a motor to drive a drive shaft than it is to just use the engine to drive the drive shaft. Yeah, but I mean, if you account for the fact that the entire time you're on the electrics, the diesel engines are completely switched off, you're not using the diesels while the electrics are on. So I don't know how much like a maximum endurance time you get on the electrics. If we keep the speed setting as it is, I just tell them to switch over to the electric motors for a moment. Do you want to use electric engines on the surface? Yes, I do. We're just doing a little routine drill here. Kinder. Electric engines are now preferred over diesels. So at the moment, the batteries will be fully depleted in 12 hours. So we got 12 hours on batteries at the current speed, which is a measly 5 knots, admittedly. So that means the diesels would be, if we kept on this, which would be a silly idea anyway, but if we did, we'd have the diesels completely off for 12 hours. So that's 12 hours where you're not using any diesel fuel at all. Then when you switch back to diesels, you are going to use a bit more diesel fuel because some of it is going to be used to recharge the batteries while also moving the boat forward, but it isn't going to take that long to recharge the batteries. So overall, I don't know whether it works out more or less efficiently or roughly about the same to just use the diesels constantly on the surface, or for, let's say, 8 hours a day to switch to the electrics. And as I said, after a certain point in the war, you're going to want to be submerged during the day anyway, so you're going to be on the electrics 8 hours a day, whether you like it or not. What if you use electric because saving the planet as well as winning the war? God, watching the thing bob up and down like that is already making me feel a little queasy just looking at it. Oh, God. Never did get my sea legs. Why are you on the attack periscope, Haddock? Why are you on the attack periscope, bro? What? This order is coming from an automated schedule. Is it now? Just precisely what part of the automated schedule has got you on the attack periscope while we're on the surface? Watch for contacts? Is that why he's on the attack periscope? Because the bosun's currently actually on watch upstairs, so he's using the attack periscope to watch. Maybe that's why he's doing it. I don't know. Must be, I suppose. I feel like what he should be doing is actually at the navigator station instead. If I make that equal priority to watch, will he get off that and go to... No, he won't. This crew scheduling management thing is probably one of the more challenging bits of the game for me, my brain to get wrapped around. This, you don't have to deal with this kind of crap in Silent Hunter, so... what was that before? It was on 5 by default, wasn't it? Yeah, he shouldn't be on the attack periscope. He should be at the navigator station, but I don't know how to make him do that automatically. Kind of annoying, honestly. You should be down there, mate. Scheduling bullshit is bringing back Rimworld trauma for you. Yeah. Problem is now that what I've given him there is a manual order, which means that he's going to stay on that, doing the navigating thing, until he's completely exhausted and has to go to bed. He won't just return to his normal schedule. It's kind of annoying. If I stop direct orders, what's he going to do? Is he going to go straight back to the attack periscope? Yeah, he is. Ugh. Why are you doing this to me, Haddock? We don't need you on the attack periscope. We need you on the navigator station, you galoot. Alright, never mind. Whatever. We'll just live with it. Alright. Well, let's go to the map screen and we'll turn on some serious time compression now. You can watch the clock on the right side for the current time of day. Once we get out into the ocean, we'll do a little dive drill, I think. See if I can get us to crash dive and see how long it takes for us to do it. Yeah, I think probably what I need to do, you're right. Probably what I need to do is go to schedule and start mucking about with this. That's probably what I need to do. I need to assign a schedule to each of the officers instead of leaving it blank. But that's such a... Oh, there's so much faffing around involved with that. I'm going to see how long I can survive without forcing myself to assign a manual schedule to everybody.
Herr Kaloyan, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
We're in shallow waters? Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. It won't unlock the high levels of time compression until you're sort of a bit further out to sea. There we go. $6 PM. I wonder if we can catch the sunset. Off the periscope. It definitely seems to be pelting it down with rain out there by the sounds of it. Means it's probably not going to be a very impressive sunset. In fact, no, it's the weather is absolutely shocking. In fact, I wanted to go past Heligoland so we could see it in the distance, but visibility is shite out here. Making a turn right now. Why are we... Is that... we supposed to be making a turn right now? I guess. Yeah, Heligoland's off that way somewhere. But not a chance in hell of being able to see it. Well, enjoy the weather, Riga. I'm getting back inside. Click spot, where are you? There we go. What's the depth here? Where's the thing? The echo sounder, there it is. Get me a depth below keel reading. Ping deep, ping shallow. Depth measurement by supersonic impulse. Undetectable to the enemy, however, is unlikely to detect the seabed at over 125 meters. We're not that deep, though. But ping shallow. Shouldn't it be telling me what the result was there? I'm getting nothing. He's gone over, he's done the ping, and the game's not telling me what the actual depth below keel is. What? Am I going to have to go do it myself in first person, manually? Is there, if I click Echo Sounder in this menu instead. There we go, now we get it. 25 meters apparently. Alright, it's nowhere deep enough for us to bother. Doing a practice crash dive just yet then. Oh, willow. German invasion of Poland. Lots of big arrows. Anyone bring a pack of cards? You can actually tell your guy to play cards in this game. Okay, what's going on here with the course plotting thing? Something weird going on there. What's that about? Let's set a new course. There we go. Just getting like a weird additional phantom course off to the right there. That was a little strange. Alright. Time compression speed up a bit. Really massively speed it up. Alright, now we're really out there, aren't we? Okay, new message. From FDU, important notice. Hostile actions on the part of Polish allies, England and France are not to be expected. Spoilers, you were wrong. Hostile actions against them are prohibited until further notice. Confirm. Okay. Whatever you say, guys. Give me a depth below keel now. Wow, still horrific out there, isn't it? 32 meters. Still surprisingly shallow out here, isn't it? They'll back down. Who'd start a war over Poland? I know, right? What a ridiculous idea. It'd be nice if the map had like a depth thing mapped out on it, like the map in Silent Hunter does. Like, you judging by the shade of blue on the map, you can see roughly what depth the sea is at that location. That'd be handy. Alright, we're in our patrol area. Set up a little zigzag for us. We just got to travel 1,000 kilometers inside the marked area, and then it's mission complete, pretty much. So it is the middle of the night. So there's a thing you can do when it's nighttime. You can set the lighting to red to preserve the crew's night vision. So a sailor will be along shortly to flick the light switch for us. Here he comes. Flicks us over to red lighting, and the effect in game that actually has is twofold. One is sight range in dark weather is plus 15%, and also the screen becomes brighter in a dark environment. So our outside and on external view, the game is less dark, although I don't know how much that's going to be visible at home for you people watching. Yeah, you should have a chart. Yeah, I mean, like that's one of the things I like about Silent Hunter 3 is you get loads of when you go to the map screen in Silent Hunter 3, you have like loads of charts and stuff you can consult, but you don't have that in this, which is a bit of a shame. Again, stuff that mods may well end up fixing and adding later. Patrol sector reached. Radio officer missing. Oh, everyone's resting. That's why. It's all right. Let's just time compression on. Once he's back at his station, we'll send off a message to BDU. There we go. He's back on station now. Patrol sector reached. Send the report. Brilliant. Is there a quick save button in this out of curiosity? Quick save, F5, beautiful. Just so we don't... I'm just going to periodically do that so we don't lose too much progress in case I accidentally, you know, drive the boat straight into the seabed or something, you know. I've been known to do that once or twice. Hey, Perry. How's this board going? So far, so good. Somebody get me an echo sounder reading. I wanna depth under keel. So I wanna do a little practice crash dive. 15 meters. Apparently, the North Sea. Is that correct? Really, 15 meters? Apparently, the North Sea is way more shallow than I thought it was. Also, look at the spooky fog. It's like at the beginning of Master and Commander. Fucking love that film. Bloody love that movie. It's probably one of my... It might actually be my favourite film of all time, actually, Master and Commander. Alright, normal lighting, and also... Give me another ping. Oh, it's a shallow ping. Hold on. Give me a... Give me the other ping. Give me the big ping. Okay, yeah, no, it's 14 meters, it really is. I thought maybe, like, the sea was deep enough that the shallow ping wasn't really working, and that's why it was giving me a funny reading, but yeah, no, apparently it really is incredibly shallow out here. No way is it 14 meters. I bet something is not working. It doesn't seem quite right, does it? What's the button that allows you to go to the free camera? Overview, section view. Is it N? I think it's N. Yeah, because it lets you go to free cam. Yeah, this looks much deeper than 15 meters. Does the reading? Do you just get a 15 meters on the reading on the thing if it can't reach the bottom? Is that some sort of bug or glitch or, you know, feature of the hardware? You can get some quality cinematic shots with this camera. You can test it easily by going to 14 meters depth and then see if you can go to 17. Yeah, we'll just chest bump the seabed to make sure it's still there. Great idea. You know what, I'm gonna... Let me go through here. Make way! Captain Haddock is coming through. Let me use the echo sounder myself manually. Okay, Echo Sound is currently set to operate with sonic waves. Deep mode. Shallow mode, deep mode. How to use. Press and hold send pulse button until the light passes 0 on the scale to emit a ping. Listen for the ping return and note the light's position to determine depth. The button does not appear to be working. Turned off. Okay. I think I needed to cycle it or something. Sonic waves. Sonic waves. Deep mode. Alright. Ultrasonic waves. Not detectable to enemy hydrophone operators and can be used to measure up to 400 meters of depth below keel. Observe where a light is flashing on the scale to read the measured value. That's reading, yeah, see that looks like it's reading like about 15 meters, but that can't be right, can it? Surely. Echo Sound is currently set to operate in shallow mode. Yeah, that's reading 15 meters, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it. Dogger Bank. Is it genuinely actually that shallow here? Fair enough, I guess. I was just starting to wonder if the equipment was broken. But everything seems to be reading, yeah, about 15 meters. All right, fine. What's cooking? Looks like the fish. What up, Falk? He's a silver fox, isn't he? What's this button do here? This green thing here. Gyro compass. Oh, that's where the gyro compass is in this submarine. Okay. Ah. Yeah, you want to turn that off if you're running silent, because it makes a noise. Alright, maybe once we get a bit further north, we'll see what the depth is like. Oh, there you go. Play cards. It's an option. Tragically, though, it doesn't give you an actual card-playing minigame. But it allows you to play cards with the men, and it increases morale if you do that, I think. Discipline, or whatever it's called. There you go, discipline. Playing cards, +7 a minute. There you go. Helps relieve stress and whatnot. So Fritz is going to play cards with the guys for a bit. That's the only thing I would say to improve this game, beyond any other improvement you could possibly make to U-Boat. When I play cards with the guys, give me an actual card minigame to play. That'd be flipping fantastic. Maximum immersion. I want to sit there and actually play poker with the crew, like Red Dead Redemption 2 style. All right. Whoa, okay. Well, Britain just turned red on the map, which gives me the sneaking suspicion that we might be at war with them. Hostilities with the United Kingdom. To all submarines, English ships are to be considered hostile with immediate effect. At present, all first wave submarines are instructed to attack freighters in accordance with the terms of the prize rules. As long as the prize rules are enforced, cargo ships flying the English flag may be attacked without warning. Confirm. All right. I think at this point, I'm gonna. He's still playing cards, dude. Stop. Go to bed. Go on watch. Whatever. I'm gonna assign a couple of sailors to you, and also you, Rieger, as well, so that when either of you is on watch, you've got a couple of sailors helping you out, which will increase your view distance. Adding sailors to a person's position basically makes them do it more efficiently. So he's a gambling addict, yeah, apparently. I don't know if there's anyone else actually playing with him, though, at that point. He might have been sat there playing solitaire. Zetra is just repeatedly maintaining the torpedoes. Radio transmission was interrupted. Due to a weak signal, bad weather, or some other reason, currently received transmission has been interrupted. What? I suppose the weather isn't that good, is it? Hostilities with France. France has been at war with us since 1700 hours today. Defensive actions against French warships and freighters are permitted. Submarines are not allowed to board or attack French-flagged vessels. Self-defense is allowed. I point out that all United Kingdom ships are also to be considered hostile. Okay. So we can attack the British, but we can't attack the French. Seems to be the case. Probably that radio transmission probably just got interrupted because the guy left the bloody radio station halfway through it being transmitted or whatever. Why would they not allow them to attack the French? Probably just in the interest of not trying to escalate tensions. Just literally, we're literally in the first couple of days of World War II at this point. I think Hitler and co were hoping that they could just not provoke the French as much as possible. Oh yeah, there you go. Look, he's actually gone to the navigator station properly this time. Lovely. Alright. Things seem to be working as intended down there. Very nice. Right, out of curiosity, what's our depth? What's depth below keel now? Still only 18 meters. Right, never mind. You guys maintaining the torpedoes? You are, aren't you? Sometimes it's easy to forget how friggin' massive torpedoes are. What's periscope depth on this boat? I'm not sure actually. But let's find out. We should probably do a hydrophone check anyway.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Alright, we're going to dive to periscope depth. We seem to have both periscopes up at the moment. That seems a little overkill, but alright. Taking our sweet time diving, aren't we? There we go. Oh, come on. There was an aircraft attacking us right now, lads. This would be embarrassing. We're at periscope depth, ready to face. We're broaching the surface quite a bit with the conning tower, though. Although, yeah, okay, now it's looking better. Even so. Yeah, it looks like about 6 meters. Can somebody please lower the observation periscope? Why on earth? There's some random sailor using the observation periscope. Adam's got his face in someone's chest. Oh my god, look at that. It's so cursed. How do I stop my sailors from randomly deciding to use the periscope without my authority? Because that could lead to catastrophe at some point, that could. There are absolute catastrophe. Observation. Turn that off. Sailor you have assigned to the officer using the attack periscope will use the observation periscope. Oh, is that how it works? So if I... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I unassign them and then he immediately buggers off. Alright, okay. That's why he was doing that. Alright, alright. I better put that back on the thing then. What was it, like 5 or something? No, I don't remember. Whoa, not 55. No, that's a bit much. Whatever, I'll leave it on 6, I guess. 7. Okay. Well, this poor guy is stuck right now. Both of these guys are, they can't seem to figure out how the hatch works, but I was looking at the hatch and I was thinking, there's usually a button to close all the bulkheads, isn't there? Close bulkheads, yeah. Except I am noticing that the Type 2 submarine doesn't really have those, does it? It's got a hatch there, and obviously the external hatch. That's kind of it. Who needs safety features like sealable bulkheads on a submarine, eh? When could that possibly ever be useful? Dresky, why are you still on the radio? I feel like now we're underwater, you should be on the hydrophone. Yeah, the hydrophone is lower priority than the radio, which would make sense most of the time. But I feel like if we're submerged, you really ought to be on the hydrophone, my dude. If I were to... If I were to do that, would he switch to the hydrophone? If I went to, like, action stations? The answer appears to be no. He's just still sitting there on the radio. Half the challenge in this game, I swear, is just trying to get the crew to do what you want them to do. And part of the reason I always used to prefer Silent Hunter is because you just don't have to deal with this nonsense in Silent Hunter. The crew will just do this shit. You don't need to tell them twice. If you're underwater, the guy will get on the hydrophone. It's not complicated. I can manually tell them to listen for contacts, but the problem with giving them manual orders, as you saw there with the card playing, is they'll just sit there doing it forever and ever and ever until they get so exhausted they have to go to bed. If you set the hydrophone priority to 1 higher than the radio, he'll use hydro while submerged and switch to radio when surfaced. Okay, yeah, see, my concern was that if I set So let's say we set this to 8 and we set this to 9. My concern with that was that we'd be chuntering along on the surface and he'd be using the hydrophone on the surface. But if that's how it works, according to you, then that ought to be how it's set by default, frankly. That's kind of annoying. So if we now surface the boat... Actually, let's
Alarm beenden.
cancel the alarm, for one thing.
Anblasen.
Surface the boat.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
What's he now going to do? Is he getting onto the... He's getting back onto the radio. Okay, right. Why it isn't set up like that by default, I have no idea.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Alright, cool. Alright, compressed air reserves. Someone will probably turn on the compressor but automatically. But
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
I could manually tell them to do it. There you go. It's actually kind of a nice day out there now. I'm happy there was a Steam guide where someone pre-made all that crew stuff. Yeah, I remember the last time I played this, I looked up a Steam guide that showed you what the best way to set all that up was. I just don't understand why it isn't set up like that by default, really. You know, it seems like unnecessary additional faffing about.
Wir wurden von einem nahegelegenen U-Boot über ein mögliches Ziel in diesem
From
Gebiet
U-50,
informiert.
single steamer in square AN548, speed 9 knots, course 202, 2 duds, 1 miss, couldn't continue the attack. AN548. Oh. That would be about up here then, wouldn't it? AN548, because there's AN54, and then the grid system is like, it's like the numpad on your keyboard, so AN548. Or maybe I'm wrong, actually. I thought it was like the numpad on your keyboard, but it looks like this is AN548. And radio direction finder contact. Uh-huh. We're getting his radio transmissions. Active radio transmission. That must be from the U-boat, the U-50. That must be what this is pointing at, I assume. So, course 202, 9 knots. So if they're here and... Right, first things first, set a course this way. So AN548. So they're in here somewhere. Let's say there's somewhere in this this circle, maybe around roughly that. Bearing tool. 202. Which means their current course is headed that way at a speed of 9 knots. Now, if I was half decent at maths, we could figure out how far the enemy ship is going to get at current speed, and then we could plot a decent intercept. However, I suck at maths, and I don't have any handy little chart thing here to help me do that bit of mathematics. So I'm just gonna plot an intercept course going about that way. Speed up a bit, and maybe we can intercept this ship. So imagine if it's just a little steamer, it's not going super fast.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Why don't we go? Yeah. Full speed ahead. And try and get into the path of that ship. And then we can do like a hydrophone check. at some point, see if we can hear the damn thing. Captain, we've decided to implement a change in the assigned squares for your U-boat. Please head to squares AN12 to AN43 and perform the patrol inside them from now on. Oh. Alright then. So they want us up here, it looks like. What are these, like? Additional missions or something? Whatever, I'll ignore that for now. Right, well, we will go up there, but we're going to see if we can intercept this ship first. Whoa! Wow, you guys just got soaked. Sploosh. Alright, there's this button here you can use. Perform a routine check of the surroundings with the hydrophone that involves the following steps. Air compressors disabled. U-boat dives to at 50 meters or lower at shallow waters, which we are. Most rested radio man goes to the hydrophone station. Radio man's listening for screw sounds for 5 minutes. The U-boat goes back to the surface. Air compressors are enabled to replenish the compressed air. So let's do that. I'm going to do a hydrophone check. See if we can hear this boat. Out of curiosity. What is the depth below keel? 18 meters. Depth is 10 meters.
10 Meter.
Looks like that's where we're staying. Ship propeller, 40 degrees. Aha! Oh, over here. One, range 20 to 30 kilometers, speed medium. Control, right click to capture course. Holy shit, yeah, there's no way we're going to manage that. It looks like that was the one in question, because it's come down here like this, but we've just missed it. Let me... Probably not. This is probably not an exact position. This is very approximate, but I'll plot a point there. Good old slow type 2. Mm-hmm. Let's just surface the boat. And we'll see if maybe we can try and intercept it on the surface at like top speed. Where's our... Oh. Our chief engineer is currently resting, which is not ideal. Lime cooler! I need you working the engines! We're not going as fast as we should be. Get up, dude. Which one is our... Actually, which one is... our actual engineer, and which one's the mechanic? I forget. Hubert, yeah, Lime Cooler is the actual engineer. Get up, Hubert. Go and manage the engines. I'm going to give you some help.
Ich benötige etwas Unterstützung.
Alright. Now we're doing... Yeah, see now we're doing 10 knots. 11 knots. 9 knots. 10 knots. Right. But basically we're going faster. That's the main thing. Oh, the compressor was already on, I think. Never mind.
Herr Kaloy, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Right. I don't know if that intercept course is still going to be accurate for our current speed. But fuck it, we're going to give it a try.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Why can't I give you sailors, even though you're on watch? I wish to assign you sailors. Do I need to take one away from you or something?
Könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Looks like I do. Do we not have enough of them on duty or something?
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Sooner the hydrophone check.
Tauchen auf 10 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Are we hearing anything? We are. Ooh, we've overtaken them. Perfect.
10 Meter. Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Medium closing in. Alrighty.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Right, surface.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloy.
Anblasen. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Okay, we have managed to overtake them. Sweet. Oh, exciting stuff. All right. Finally getting somewhere. Just wait for it to be a neutral bloody ship. And we found the wrong one.
5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloy, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Kurs setzen.
Ship spotted. Alright, we can send that report. I don't... Ship spotted where, though? I don't see it.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Where's the ship you have spotted, allegedly? Oh! Look! Yeah, in the distance. I can see it from here. I don't know why it's not showing up on the map. I thought I enabled the option that showed contacts on the map, but... maybe I misclicked?
Handelsschiff 5 Grad.
Freighter bearing 5 degrees. Ah, now it's showing up. Alright.
Kurs setzen.
Alright, so this freighter, he is going a course like this. Roughly speaking. So what I think we want to do... get to within about 1 kilometer of him, I think.
Kurs setzen.
And then we'll set up for a torpedo attack, which I haven't done in this game in donkey's years, so this could go very embarrassingly wrong.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloy?
How do I zoom in with the Uzo? I want to look at it through the Uzo, the binoculars, whatnot. Or do we not have that on this submarine? Type 2A doesn't have an Uzo. Alright, cool. I see, it's annoying because my crew have binoculars, but I don't get to use them when I'm in first person mode. It's a bit of a shame. What are you standing there for, Riga? Get back on watch, mate. Yeah, there we go. You can use binoculars. Press B. Oh, really?
Kapitän?
Now I feel stupid. Oh yeah, there you go. Binoculars with B. Who'd have thought it? Thanks for that. Binoculars cannot be locked on targets. Yeah, we need an Uzo for that. Right, there the bloody thing is. There she blows. Just over the horizon. Alright. Let's go periscope depth.
Auf Seerohrtiefe. Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Hopefully you're going to switch to the hydrophone in a second.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Marvelous. Are we going to automatically stop when we get to the end of this course here? Or does the boat keep going? It stops. Okay, there we go. Target position reach. And time compression turns off. That's nice. Okay. Now we just wait. Although we're actually... I'm noticing we're slowly slipping forwards, aren't we? Alright, hold on.
Langsame Fahrt zurück.
Slow astern. Take us back a little smidge.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
And stop. Propellers detected. I should fucking think so, mate. They're right next to us.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Langsame Fahrt zurück.
Let's just back up a little bit further.
Alle Maschinen stoppen.
Alright. I am theoretically, actually, when you're completely stopped like this, the boat should slowly sink. I don't believe it is at the moment. We seem to be maintaining our depth, but in a real submarine would start to slowly sink if you went to a complete stop. Alright. Have we got both of you on the periscopes? I don't want you both on the periscope. Oh, no, it's against this the problem again with having two sailors assigned. That's what was going on. All right.
Herr Kaloin?
Let's have a little look through the periscope, shall we? Get out of the way, Falk. You're in the way.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
All right. Wish I had a little button, like in Silent Hunter. I could ask one of the crew to tell me where the nearest contact is, like what bearing. Ship propeller 287 degrees.
Herr Kapitän?
Oops, I should have probably clicked the crosshair button then instead of doing that. Oh no, get.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich
Yeah, there
darum.
we go. So 287. Yep, sure enough, there it is. Okay, it actually tells you there, which is handy. Just raise it a little bit. The waves are getting in the way. Can't see the bugger. Where is he? Oh shit, there he is. Hello. There he is. E to lock on him. There we go. And yeah, there's not a lot. There's no periscope stabilization because of the difficulty settings. All right, what's that flag? Oh, that's not a Norwegian flag, is it? After all that. I think it is, you know. Yeah, it is a Norwegian flag. I've just noticed it says down here. Oh, for goodness sake. All right, we'll pretend it was a British one, and we'll go through the process of, like, doing all the things, identifying it and whatnot. Surface and say hello. I wouldn't trust him not to tell the British where we are, though, to be fair. I thought this was the boat that U-50 went after. Apparently not. Either that or U-50 erroneously fired on a Norwegian vessel, which would have been very silly of them. They're going to England. It's fair price. Not at this stage in the war, it's not. It has to have an English flag. So what type of ship is it then? Now I've seen it pointed out elsewhere before that ship captain, U-boat captains probably didn't use a recognition manual like this for targeting merchant vessels, because basically the important information you get from this is the length of the ship is one thing, but also the mast height, which allows you to use the stadimeter to figure out the range of it. However, usually I think they only used recognition manuals for targeting military vessels as opposed to merchant vessels. Because I have seen it pointed out before that if all you had to do was, as the Allies, was to chop a little bit off the masts on your merchant vessels to royally confuse the entire U-boat navy, they would have done it. So if it was that simple, you would just change the mast height on all of your ships compared to what they are in the recognition manuals. But as far as I know, they didn't do that, so... However, in the game, we're going to identify it. Somehow. I'm going to try to, anyway. There's not a lot of ship types in this game. Compared to Silent Hunter, but... Let's see... Empire Tower, maybe? It's hard to tell from this angle, isn't it? I think it's an Empire Explorer. It's got 3 masts. It's got the funnel at the back, and it's got the rear of it is completely flat, is the main thing. Yeah, that's an Empire Explorer. It's an Empire Explorer. Velocity. The chronometer is usually used to estimate the velocity of your target. So the way this works is you put the periscope at the front of the target, and then you wait for it to cross the back end of the ship to cross over the center crosshair, and then you stop the clock and then use some maths to figure out how fast it might be going, but it only works semi-accurately and only from a certain angle. There are other ways to guess a target speed and whatnot, but I can't remember what any of them are off the top of my head. And it's also made a little bit difficult by the fact that the periscope is not stabilized, so we're going around all over the place right now. But we'll give it a try. It's weird. I feel like the periscope should probably be stabilized horizontally, if not vertically. Non-stabilized periscope is brutal. Yeah. This is the kind of thing real subs do today, right? Practice attacks on ships. I don't know about that. But I'm pretty sure real subcrews still have to learn all this manual targeting stuff. Alright, that was a woeful reading. It says we've got an estimate of about 5 knots there, which probably isn't that far off, really. Angle on bow. I would say, just eyeballing it, I would say we're about 60 degrees. I'm really bad at guessing this, though. There's this relative course as well. Rotate the arrow to visually match the course of your target just as you see it. That's an alternative way of doing it, I suppose, yeah. Call it more like that, if I was eyeballing it. If we could go to the map, we could do a little bit of cheating here, really. And oh, I've just noticed we're slightly skew for them. We're pointing this way when I thought we were pointing this way. What's that about? I don't know. Anyway, we could use the protractor. Wait, no, I'm doing it wrong. To get an angle on bow like that, about 38 degrees. It's kind of cheating because in real life you don't have a fancy moving map. Oh god, oh shit. Back to this. I accidentally rolled the mouse wheel. It's a center torpedo data computer.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 5 Knoten.
And then
Winkel
distance.
3, 8, Bug rechts.
There it is. And then distance. Let's go back to 1.5. So distance, you use the stadimeter for this. Q and E to rotate the ghost image so that sea level is on the highest level of the mast of the target ship. So like this. To get a range estimate like so. Let's call it about there. Set. So that gives us about 1,500 meters distant. Which is probably vaguely correct.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel. 1, 5, 2, 3 Meter.
Let me just double check this. Put 50 degrees, it says there. This angle on bow of 111, then it's completely wrong.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 5-0, Bug rechts.
You can bring up the torpedo tubes and then flood the tube, set the speed, depth, and then you'd fire it. But we're not going to because it's a Norwegian ship. That's the way you can do it using this. Alternatively, if you're feeling particularly hardcore, you can go to the actual TDC itself and start flipping switches and stuff. But I don't understand how any of that works, so I'm not doing it. Also, we've got like a sailor stuck right in the middle of this. Is annoying. Hold on. That's better. I think like the not unstabilized periscope is causing some issues with the angle on bow reading here. But also I feel like our boat is drifting to the left slightly. Like it's changing, it's slowly rotating. Which is also maybe messing things up a bit. Anyway, that was the SS Klarstad, whatever you pronounce that. It's Norwegian, which means we can't shoot it. Which makes me a little bit sad, but never mind. So we'll just let it pass on by and then we'll service and we'll leave. Set the rudder to 0 degrees to keep the boat from turning while stopped. I don't know why it works, but it does. Really? I didn't think you'd have to do that, but okay. Oh yeah, look at that. It isn't wobbling around anymore. It's holding steady at 0 degrees. That is kind of odd, isn't it? I have to make a mental note to do that next time. Yep, off he goes. We'll start heading north this way. Also, delete all this rubbish on the map. Wish there was an erase all button. That'd be handy.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Oh, you can just see the seabed down there. Yeah, it's not very deep at all, is it? You should talk to the ship. Oh, you mean like surface and actually like hail them and whatnot? I forgot you could do that, yeah. Alright, sod it. Yeah, why not? We'll go and interrogate the bastards.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Head full.
Anblasen.
Surface the boat.
Tief 5 Meter.
We can go see what they're carrying, maybe.
Auf diese Motoren wechseln.
Missing workers calling tower. What? Was?
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten.
Alright, you. Come and see here.
Kurs setzen.
Target is too far. Yeah, there we go. We can actually board them. I forgot you could do this. It's actually this is actually pretty cool. You can't do this in Silent Hunter, so. Head flank. Let's catch up. Our stupid little Type 2 is so slow. It's struggling to catch up with this merchant vessel.
Kurs setzen.
Oh, it's turning. Oi, come back here.
Koordinaten setzen.
Here we go. We're moving too fast, alright. Click to interact. This freighter is unarmed, seems to not be escorted, and flies a neutral flag. The prize rules allow us to sink such ships only if we are certain they're headed towards the enemy port. If we lack such certainty, ideally, we should investigate what it's carrying and verify its destination by performing an inspection. If we would, however, have reasons to feel certain that the ship is headed to an enemy port, we may communicate right away that we intend to sink it and proceed with the attack. Now, technically speaking, I think at this stage of the war in 1939 in September, I don't think we would be allowed to do this. It would have to have an English flag. The rules changed over the course of the war, you see. Send a delegation to the freighter. Send all Fritz, Friedrich, and Joachim. Send a couple of other sailors across. An away team. Delegation sent. Please wait while the delegation travels to the destination. This is not canon. Captain of this freighter helps your crew get to the deck and greets each member of your delegation with a willkommen. He then introduces himself as Hansen Briggs. Briggs? It's not a very Norwegian-sounding name. He only knows the basics of German speech, but luckily Friedrich Zetscher from your group speaks fluently in English, so there is no language barrier. After exchanging pleasantries, he invites you to a private room in the deck house. Your officers sit with the captain in the ship's galley. After a short small talk, the captain asks them to state what do they need. Ask the captain for shipping documents. They describe what type of cargo is loaded on the ship and where they're headed to. You request the captain's documents that detail the cargo and his ship and its destination. A flicker of unease crosses his face, and he produces the papers with a slight hesitation. As you carefully review their contents, his hands clench and unclench, a bead of sweat forming on his brow. According to the documents, the ship is headed to the port of London and is carrying food. It seems that this ship is trading with blockaded Allied ports, and it's a fair price for you to sink it. Alright. We've confirmed that this freight... Now, in reality, they couldn't have done this in 1939 in September, but apparently in the game we can. So, I'll order them to evacuate the ship. You tell the captain the orders obligate you to sink this freighter and that they must evacuate it immediately. The captain isn't happy about this outcome, but clearly accepted that there's nothing he can do to avoid this from happening. He doesn't respond to you, but instead starts to shout to his crew and organizes an evacuation of the freighter. Alright. Return to the ship. The boat, rather. Okay.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
You could do this at this point, though it's permitted under the prize rules. Yeah, but I think they were like under a restricted form of those rules at the very, very start of the war, if I recall correctly. Can't we just seize the ship? Well, yeah, with what crew, as Deacon points out, like... And what are we going to do with a captured tanker? Right, it's absolutely dead in the water, so we can just... This will be easy to sink this. Whoa! Jesus Christ, time compression. Oh my god, what's happening? Fucking hell. How about we do it this way? Oh. This is more difficult than it looks, this, apparently. Oh, I'm doing a poor job of this, aren't I? All I want to do is point my fucking U-boat at the ship. Apparently, I'm not a very good captain.
Rudergänger 30 Grad. Steuerbord. Ruder mittschiffs.
Okay, that actually stopped turning faster than I thought it would.
Rudergänger 10 Grad. Steuerbord.
Come on.
Ruder
A
15
little bit
Grad.
more to the left.
Steuerbord.
That'll do, pig. Okay. Now you're actually going to stay pointed in that direction. I hope we're far enough away that the torpedoes will arm correctly. We're drifting off to the right again now. What's going on?
Ruder mittschiffs. Ja. Bestätige.
At least 300 meters to ensure arming distance. We're just outside of 300 meters. Sure, it'd be nice to have a deck gun right about now. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? It's kind of what the deck gun is for when you've got a deck gun. It's for situations like this. Unfortunately, we don't have a fucking deck gun, so we're going to have to make do without.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Lowen?
Right.
Ja.
No, get back on the periscope. Get back on the fucking periscope. Ugh.
Bestätige.
There's so much faffing involved in this game, I tell you. Right. Fucking faffing about. Right, its velocity is 0. It's not going anywhere. Angle on bow also doesn't matter if you are...
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
if it's stationary. Distance...
Gegnerfahrt 0 Knoten. Winkel 1 rechts.
...414 meters. I think it's a bit less than that, really, but whatever.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
Right.
Entfernung zum Ziel 4, 1, 5 Meter. Rohr 1 bewässern.
I'm going to save the game right now.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Now, theoretically, I think this should work. Gyro angle is synchronized. Fire!
Los!
Los!
40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
We have launched the torpedo.
30 Sekunden.
Off it goes. There goes the eel. Looks like it's kind of on target. Yeah, more or less. I hope it doesn't... It's going at a pretty funny angle, though, is the thing. So let's see what happens. Will it malfunction or anything?
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Torpedo-Versager.
Torpedo was a... Oh, for God's sake.
Rohr 2 bewässern.
Alright, where the fuck is the ship gone? There it is.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
Fucking Christ.
Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage
Early war tech.
0
Gotta love it, yeah.
rechts.
I'm not sure which type of G7A. This is a steam torpedo. I'm not sure what the one we fired was. Impact pistol. Or magnet. Yeah, impact is fine.
Los!
Let's try that again.
40 Sekunden bis
You had it
Torpedo.
at too shallow an impact angle. The old pistols don't work. If then, yeah, that's what I was worried would happen. We'll try it again with this one, but
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
30 Sekunden. Rohr 3 bewässern.
just in case this doesn't work, we'll flood tube 3.
20 Sekunden.
Rohr 3 bewässert.
Magnetic pistol. What's the depth key? The draft on this thing is 8.9 meters, isn't it? So
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
you'd have to set the depth on this then too.
Torpedoversagen.
Oh fucking hell! Here we go again. Right, I have to set this to like 9 meters. We're still moving backwards, aren't we? We're getting further and further away from this stupid thing.
Los.
Let's see if a magnetic thing will do it. Because a magnetic pistol, the idea is it will go underneath the ship and explode under it when the magnetic sensor goes off. So hopefully, theoretically, should work at this funny angle. Because what's happening with the impact pistols is that the torpedo is hitting the side of the ship, but it's hitting it at a angle like that, and it's just kind of, it's not setting off the pistol. Ideally, you want to be hitting it like at 90 degree angle, as close to as possible.
Alle Maschinen stopp. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
If this fails, I'll just bloody load the quick save and try again. Did it work? Like where voice did torpedo? Oh, there it is. Shit. Here we go. So it looks like it's about to hit theoretically. Or not. Where's the earth-shattering kaboom? As Marvin the Martian once said. Fucking hell, not a third one. It's just... the torpedo seems to have stopped. Right there. What? It just... yeah, okay. We get a couple of torpedoes just chilling on the bottom underneath the ship. Okay. I don't believe it, man. These guys are just sitting here like wondering, like, look, they're so bored. They're just kind of like, wait, are they gonna sink it or what? I'm getting fed up now. So how you liking U-boat? It's great. It's just I have to get used to the weird, slightly janky way everything works. I was never that great at Silent Hunter, but I had a lot less trouble in Silent Hunter just doing basic stuff that I needed to do. When you play Silent Hunter, if you want to go to the periscope, you press the periscope button and you're immediately at the periscope. You want the map, press the map button. You don't have to wait for... you don't have to wait for a little crewman to run over to the thing, and... everything's just less of a faff in that game. Alright. Let's maneuver ourselves into a proper position this time. We learned a valuable lesson today, which is don't shoot from a really shallow angle, because the torpedoes won't work if you do that.
Zielposition erreicht.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Herr Kaloin, wir haben unsere Position erreicht.
Alright. Whoa. Time compression off. Fucking hell. 0. Rudder midships. Back us up a little bit. Oh, it's a stop and charge battery. No, back. Take us back. We need like 300 meters at least. Okay, that's good. That'll do.
Alle Maschinen stoppen.
Oh my god, what's Fritz doing down here? This isn't break time. Admittedly, we don't have an alarm set, but you know. Alright, lock. Velocity 0, angle on bow, doesn't matter. Distance hardly matters either, really. Alright, torpedo tube's flooded. It's the one of the electric torpedoes, isn't it? So, we'll go with an impact pistol. Speed 30 knots, whatever, depth 3 meters. It's a little deeper than that. Although this is one of the electric torpedoes, so this could just fucking malfunction randomly itself as well. If it wanted to, but we'll aim for just below the smokestack and...
Los! 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. 30 Sekunden.
Yes, preheating, like doing the torpedo maintenance thing does help with the reliability massively. I can't remember if we've done that recently, probably not.
20 Sekunden.
Our mechanic is set to do it automatically, periodically, but...
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Surely this has got to work.
Torpedo versagt.
You're fucking kidding me, man. Oh, I think Tube 1 was always destined to be a dud.
Rohr 2 bewässern.
Apparently. Once more with feeling, this one's a G7A steam torpedo. Okay, so this one should be reliable, theoretically. Fucking hell.
Los! 40 Sekunden.
German engineering, I don't know.
30 Sekunden. 20 Sekunden.
Come on. Come on. Give me a nice big explosion. Give us a money shot.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Treffer!
Finally! It was a little bit off target, but that'll do. Holy shit, did we just blow the front of the entire ship off? I think we did. We did! Oh my god! Mein Gott! In Himmel! Uh-oh. I switched to and from the map a little bit quickly there. Oh, the game doesn't like that when you do that, apparently. Jesus! That thing sank fast. Yeah, we just blew the nose off completely. Holy moly. Although, this end of it's still sticking out of the water. Bad luck, guys. Bad luck. I was right in the sweet spot. I'm going to pretend that I was aiming for that bit. I wasn't, but I'm going to pretend. Right. I believe what we can do, we can send a message to BDU that we've sunk the SS Klarstad. First things first. And then additionally... wreckage. We got the lifeboats with survivors, load floating container, grain, sausages. Oh, give me the preserved pork. Yes, please. What's the value system? It basically earns you arbitrary points with which you purchase extra fuel supplies and torpedoes back at port. I think it's used to represent the fact that the Kriegsmarine's logistics were a bit stressed throughout most of the war, and they gave most of the lion's share of the good stuff to the more successful captains. So the more successful you are, the more access to the good torpedoes and food and whatnot you get. The basic bitch terrible torpedoes are always free, but the better ones will actually cost you points. Should we load the sausages as well? I'm just going to steal all their food. You need to have them unload the box manually once it's on your boat. Oh dear, I didn't know that. Oh god, check it out. Yeah, look, deck storage. It's actually on the deck and will be washed away if the weather keeps up like this. That's kind of neat. Can we have the grain as well? Alright. Anything else with the wreckage? They've got the lifeboats as well. There's a wreck of on the sea floor. How should we... You can send a diver to look at the wreck? That's nuts. I don't think we need to for any reason, but maybe you do on certain missions. Alright, they've got the lifeboats as well. You can give them some supplies or invite them on board. Saving lives of civilians may increase your reputation. In addition, headquarters will reward you for taking captains of enemy ships as prisoners of war. I don't think I'm going to do this, because we're quite close to Britain. I'll probably be fine. We'll give them some supplies, though, here. You can have some of the canned bread. Enjoy, folks. Sailors on board are both surprised and grateful for the supplies. Reputation plus 5%. You're welcome. I love that it still seems to be stuck. It won't sink any further than that. Can you fit this many people? No, you can't. You're only ever able to take some of them. You can't take all the survivors. You just don't have enough room on the submarine. Also, yeah, it actually has... It is kind of stuck like that. It's not sinking any further. That's kind of hilarious. It's just slightly stuck out of the water. Well, we successfully sank a boat. I had to reload the game after firing 3 goddamn duds. And the boat was stationary, and all the crew were off it. But we finally sunk something, ladies and gentlemen. Hooray! Oh my god. Right. Deck storage. Let's get this inside. Bags of grain. This reminds me of bloody Mountain Blade, this, doesn't it? Definite Mountain Blade vibes. Looting grain from my defeated enemies. And they're carrying that inside, are they? Oh, they've got their little backpacks on. Apparently this is going to take them a couple of trips to do. Yep, they're going back up again. There we go. They've got it all. Marvellous. Well done, lads. All right. Let's set a course for our new grid square.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
I don't think there's much of a rush to get out of here. I mean, in real life, you'd probably be worried about the Norwegians radioing the British to tell them where they are, and then a British aeroplane coming along and trying to sink us, but I have a feeling that might not happen in the game. Love to be proved wrong, of course. I'm deliberately saying in such a way as to hopefully maybe jinx things, but I have a feeling it might not happen.
Rohr 1 geladen. Rohr 2 geladen.
Yep, no, off we go. Whoa, okay, I'd prefer to be on the map screen if we're going that fast, I think. Damp, salty grain. Mm-hmm. Destroyed the pork and sausages, it seems. Yeah, well, there didn't seem to be an option to get them on board. Maybe you have to do it one at a time. Like, you get it off the ship, then you have to get the sailors to bring it in, then you can get the next thing off the wreckage, and then bring... Maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. So therefore we lost the pork and sausages, which makes me very sad. But I guess... Never mind. Yet another lesson learned. Oh, hello. Convoy in square AN 766, course 296, 8 knots. Coming from down there. AN... What was that? AN 766, that's way down here, right? Or no, it's... 7-3, 7-6, 6. It's like the Thames estuary. And 766. That's this one here. So there's a convoy here. Just off the coast of Norfolk. It's near Lowestoft, right? It's around about that sort of neck of the woods. Yeah, I don't fancy that, frankly. I'm gonna be honest. That close to the shore. 9. I'd rather stick to our patrol area, thank you. Now, why are you on the periscope? Oh, it's because you had a direct order, probably. Or he's just on the periscope because we're in known waters or something. So he's just assisting with the watch. You have Darker Nights? Yeah, I do. New communication. Smoke cloud spotted in square AN 812, medium speed southwestern course. We're currently performing surface repairs on one intercept from U-47. AN 12, AN 812, rather. AN 812. Right here. Alright, we're back in a patrol area and we're getting progress towards the mission being complete. Let's do a little hydrophone check.
Horchraum besetzen. Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
45 Meter.
Looks like we don't hear anything. That should automatically resurface. Yeah, when we're done with the check. And we'll continue back on course.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Compressed air reserves low. Alright, someone... Oh, the compressor is on. Alright, there we go. It is all automated. It can just be a bit sluggish at times. Whee! Sea seems deeper here. Yeah, maybe it is actually. That's a good point. Echo sounder. Give us a depth below keel. 99 meters, yeah, there you go. So, how's about we do a little crash dive? Well, you can set a dive schedule. I don't know. Never noticed that before. That must be a new feature since I last played this game. A dive schedule button. Alright. Crash dive to maximum safe depth. When this preset is enabled, your crew will maintain submarine at the safest maximum depth based on available map information up to 150 meters. Crash dive. How fast will we actually go? How fast will we actually dive here? I'm curious to see. Because one problem I always found with this game in the past when I used to play it was that the boat, even when you crash dived, it would dive seriously goddamn slowly. It was a bit of a problem when there were inbound aircraft. Theoretically, when you're crash diving, you should really be going to flank speed as well. I was hoping it would do that automatically, but apparently not. Oh yeah, okay, once we sped up, we're going down quite fast. Alright, surface. I'm going to try that again, but this time I'm going to go flank speed from the get-go. And see how quickly we can do it. Again, Mena! We're going to practice this again! Just as soon as the compressed air reserves are back up to full. We do have the... Oh, someone turn on the compressor, come on. Because your crew sucks at crash diving, you can specialize up to 10 crew for diving. Oh, I see. There's some RPG elements I'm not taking into account. Gotcha. Alright. Let's see. Let's pretend we spotted an airplane. Crash dive. Flank speed. How quickly are we going to go down? Still disappointingly slow, really. Yeah, if there was an aeroplane coming at us, I think we'd be in the shit.
Langsame Fahrt voraus. Anblasen.
25 Meter.
Oh.
Alarm beenden.
Cancel the alarm as well. What's crew management set at? I think it's set at the whatever the red thing is you select at the start when you're starting a new campaign. They're faster if you have someone on the dive station. Possibly, yeah. I know you can use that for depth keeping, to make depth keeping more accurate when you're submerged or whatever, but maybe that speeds it up as well.
25 Meter.
Yeah, you can improve depth keeping.
5 Meter.
I know you can manually tell someone to flood the tanks and
Herr
whatnot.
Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Excuse me. Should have a game mechanic where all crew run to the front of the boat. And didn't they used to do that though? I mean, you joke, but I feel like that's one of the things they used to do. Like everyone would run to the front to try and get the boat to dive faster in an emergency. I'm sure wasn't there a scene in Das Boot where they do that? I could be wrong though. I like the hazy, foggy sun in the distance there, just setting over the horizon. That's quite picturesque looking in the fog. Assume we're still following our plotted course, aren't we? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Well, our crash diving leaves a bit to be desired, but I guess it is a fresh crew. Let's have a look at crew. Specializations. Oh, here we go. Available point 0. Progress to the next point 0. Diving. Each sailor with this specialization speeds up the diving process. Oh, here we go. Also silent running, also discipline. I see. Your crew gains experience during missions. We have not earned any experience points so far, unfortunately, it seems, but yeah, apparently we're definitely a rookie crew, that's for sure. That explains why our diving is a bit rubbish. That scene from Dustport, specifically the guy yelling, "Alarm!" is your morning alarm tone. That's hilarious. I have that one burned into my brain because if you play Silent Hunter 3 with the Grey Wolves mod, it plays that sound every time you crash dive. So that particular line is just laser engraved into my grey matter at this point. How many options in the game to start with experience? Not that I could see, no. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on 10 o'clock actually here, my time. So I think I'm going to leave you here, folks. It wasn't the most action-packed stream. We didn't have tense, crazy submarine warfare with us getting pinged by destroyers and dodging depth charges or anything. In fact, we just sunk one boat that was completely stationary after we politely asked the crew to get into the lifeboats and leave it. But that's, you know, a relatively accurate early war U-boat experience. I've read, you know, what was that book called, Ace of Aces or whatever, by Teddy Surin. He was a U-boat skipper in World War II, and he did talk about how they used to do that early in the war. They'd just, you know, they'd sail on up to a merchant ship, board it, explain to the captain, look, we have to sink your ship, dude. I'm sorry, but rules is rules. And then everyone would get into the lifeboats, and then they'd sink it. So that part's pretty accurate. If you want more action, you can obviously start off with later in the war with a slightly more advanced U-boat. But you didn't used to be able to do an early war start in this game back when I last played it, so I really wanted to check this and the Type 2 U-boat out in this stream. It's been quite fun so far. Would have been nice if we'd gotten, I know you can sometimes get special missions where you get sent to like recon a harbour or something and you have to like sneak in undetected and like take photographs of ships and things. That would have been kind of fun, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. We just got a bunch of generic patrol objectives, which is fair enough. Technically, weren't they supposed to do that when possible during the entire war? Just later on, they were under massive aerial threat. Well, you had aerial threat, you had radar. Ships would be escorted because they'd be in convoys rather than poodling along by themselves. Not to mention, Q ships were a thing whereby, you know. Well, I think Q ships were more of a World War I thing, but yeah, like they had merchant ships that were actually crewed with Navy crews, and they had hidden guns on them, and then as soon as a U-boat would surface next to them, they'd whip all the guns out and go blam, 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 and sink the U-boat. But also they armed merchant ships very early on in the war. They started putting guns on merchant vessels, so that if a U-boat surfaced, they could just shoot at it. So this gentlemanly version of U-boat warfare did not last for very long. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I shall leave you here, I think, as Captain Haddock gets some sleep in his tiny bunk. Is he sleeping with his pipe still in his mouth? I think he is. And the crew of U3. What was this boat again? I've forgotten what the name of our boat was. What number was our damn boat? I don't remember anyway. U4. Okay. I shall leave you there, the crew of U4, as you sail off into the literal sunset. I'll drop a save here, I think. And maybe we'll come back to this someday, I don't know. It'd probably be more convenient to do it as a YouTube series rather than a stream, because there's a stupid amount of downtime in this game when action-packed things are not happening. So, I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I don't know yet if I'm going to put this stream on YouTube. If I did, thanks YouTube commenters for watching. I'll read your comments later. And tomorrow, we're going to be streaming something else. I'm thinking either I'm going to stream Europa Barbarorum 2, maybe. It's a mod for Medieval 2 Total War. Or I'm going to stream some Regiments. Show you guys the new Winds of Change DLC for Regiments. Since I got given a key for that by the guys at Microprose, which was jolly nice of them. So we might play Regiments tomorrow evening. And yeah, I have no idea what we'll be streaming on Monday. I feel like starting a new stream series, or maybe going back to an old one. We might vaguely considering the notion of going back and continuing with the Sally playthrough in Morrowind for a bit. Doing some Almasthir Temple stuff, perhaps. That could be interesting. Or maybe we could do something else. I did mention Gothic earlier. I'm thinking about doing a Gothic 2 Night at the Raven playthrough in the near future. I might just expedite that a little bit. If I can get it installed and actually working on Windows 11, which is the tricky bit, because the last time I tried to do it, it didn't work. I installed the game via Steam and it just refused to launch, which wasn't very good. Maybe IL2. No, not IL2, because I'm working on a YouTube series that's going to be released in the near future for IL2, so we're not going to stream it. So that'll be out at some point. I don't know exactly when, but I'd recommend the GOG version. I think I have the GOG version of it as well already. I'm pretty sure I have the Steam and GOG versions of Gothic 2. Can you ask where the Skyrim is at? You may ask. I don't necessarily have to answer, but you may ask. Generally much less hassle that the system pack is still a must. Right, well I'll try that then. I'll get the GOG version installed and the system pack and cross my fingers and toes and hope it works. Because I've always had difficulty getting Gothic 1 and 2 to work on modern systems, unfortunately. Alright, ladies and gents, ladies and joims, I will catch you next time. I'm just going to see if there's anybody to raid right now. Oh god, you're looking at my desktop. Oh no, look away at my blank desktop. Why doesn't it default to people I'm following? That's so annoying. I guess we could raid Lost. She's playing Fallout 4. Alright. Start raid. Can I put this in like a borderless window so it stays up when you alt-tab? Full screen borderless, there you go. That's better. Now I can click outside the window and it doesn't show you my desktop. Alright, ladies and gents, I'll see you tomorrow for probably Regiments, but not totally sure yet. Either way, have fun, enjoy your weekend. Cheers!